What's up, everybody? Awkward Anxious Jennifer here, and if you're new to my channel, I talk mostly about mental health and especially my journey with bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, things like that. Of course, the sun went behind some clouds as soon as I started recording, but whatever. I just figure sometimes this is easier than going inside and setting up my tripod and whatever. So, anyway, speaking of tripod, one of my favorite YouTube channels is the Try Guys, and it's 4 guys, and they try everything you can imagine. They were with BuzzFeed for 4 years, and now they have their own company, and I really enjoy watching their channel. And they wrote a book that came out a couple of weeks ago, and it's called The Hidden Power of Effing Up. Now, I don't have a problem swearing in my daily life, but I am trying to keep my channel clean, so I'm editing, that title. But the whole premise of the book is, there are so many things in life that we're afraid to try because we're afraid of effing up. And, so they each tried to change something in their own lives and talk about their experience with, messing up. And basically, you have to mess up in order to succeed. You have to overcome that fear of failure in order to, do the things that you want to do in life. So it kind of made me think, what's something that I want to do, but that fear of messing up has been holding me back. And for about the last year or so, I've been thinking about writing a memoir, but there were a lot of fears holding me back. There's a lot of ways I can mess it up. Number one being upsetting people in my life. Now, I would do my best to keep it kind of anonymous, not name family members. But even if I published it as Awkward Anxious Jennifer, people could find out who I really am, find out who my family is, and bother them, and that is not something that I would want. However, I feel like a lot of people could benefit from my memoir and finding out, my journey with mental illness. And, all right, as an example, when I was first diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I read tons of books about it. And it was the books written by people with bipolar disorder about their experience that I benefited from way more than the books written by professionals about bipolar disorder. And so I feel like, as somebody with bipolar disorder who's relatively stable, or had been relatively stable until my recent depressive episode, but I've overcome a lot, and I'm fairly successful for somebody who struggles with mental illness like I have. And my tentative working title is From Depressed Dog Groomer to Successful Writer, My Journey with Mental Illness. Something to that effect. I don't really love that title for the finished book, but it works for now. So yeah, I've kind of overcome that fear of upsetting people. I can't let that fear of upsetting my family members hold me back from something that I feel like people could benefit from. Enough of you have commented on my channel that you appreciate my views on my YouTube channel, so I feel like people would benefit from, my memoir as well. So I've written 4 chapters already, plus the table of contents and introduction. I wanted to actually, I made this decision a couple weeks ago, but A, at the time, I had no voice and couldn't make this video. And B, I wanted to make sure that I actually started to follow through before making this video. So I'm hoping to have it ready by the end of the year. I'll probably, do self-published rather than trying to find a publisher. So anyway, so that's, my other fears are, if I don't put more effort into marketing myself before the book comes out, nobody's going to know about it, nobody's going to read it, and why put all this effort into writing a book that nobody is going to read. So hopefully through the process of writing this memoir, it'll inspire me to put more effort into my YouTube channel again. I kind of slacked off since I was sick, and try to build up my other social media platforms. Speaking of which, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, I'm Awkward Anxious Jennifer everywhere. And I should really post more on those platforms too. So I'm hoping that this goal of writing this memoir will, A, get me more focused on my brand of Awkward Anxious Jennifer, so that maybe, hopefully, some people will buy my book when I publish it, and B, going back and revisiting some things has been interesting. My therapy this last year or so has been mostly dealing with stuff that's happening now, because I thought that I had already dealt with everything in previous therapy. But the older and wiser I get, when I look back on certain things, I'm like, that was maybe more messed up than I thought, or it affected me differently than I thought, or whatever. So it's been interesting, these first few chapters. Anyway, so I just want to say, whatever you want to try, but you're afraid of messing up, sometimes you just got to do it. You know, we all fail in life. The only way to succeed is to push past your failures. So if there's something you've been thinking about trying, just do it. Just try it. Anyway, that's a long enough video for today, I guess. I will talk to you all later. Be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.